Hey, thanks so much for stopping in. Chef Billy Parisi here with Heinen's, and I'm going to show you how to make the very classic beef Wellington recipe. Starting off in a food processor or by hand using a sharp knife, we are going to add in some button and cremini mushrooms, followed up with a few shallots, some garlic cloves, then some fresh chopped thyme. We are going to add the top onto our food processor, and what we want to do is pulse it several times until it becomes almost like a very fine minced paste, just like this. This looks absolutely perfect. We're going to briefly set this to the side, then we're going to pull out a center cut beef tenderloin right from the Heinen's meat department, which you can guarantee is CARE certified. What we're going to do is generously season this on all sides with coarse salt and fresh cracked black pepper. You want to make sure this is seasoned very, very well. Then what we're going to do is add some olive oil right to a large frying pan over high heat. Once it begins to lightly smoke, add in our beef tenderloin. What we're looking to do is cook this for 2 to 3 minutes on all sides. There are 4 sides to this beef tenderloin, so make sure 2 to 3 minutes per side until this entire thing is perfectly golden brown. Then we're going to remove it, set it on a plate, and put it in the refrigerator to cool. But still in that same hot pan, let's add in our finely minced mushrooms with the shallot, garlic, and thyme. This is actually known as a duxelle. We are going to cook it for about 7 to 8 minutes. We want to release some of that moisture so that our beef Wellington isn't overly soggy. Once it begins to dry out just a little bit, let's season it up with coarse salt, fresh cracked black pepper, mix those ingredients to combine, then remove the pan, set it to the side until it is cool. Let's bring our cooled down beef tenderloin back out. Now what we're going to do is drizzle on some Dijon mustard. We want to use a pastry brush to brush this on all sides to get that delicious mustard flavor so that we can taste it with every single bite. Once it is coated on all sides, we're going to set this to the side again. Then we're going to bring out a sheet of frozen thawed puff pastry. Then just using a rolling pin, we're going to roll it out until it's about 10 inches by 16 inches wide. Once it's to that size, we are going to lay on thin slices of prosciutto ham, 10 in total, overlapping slightly, but leaving about an inch to 2 inch border around the outsides. This looks fantastic. At this stage, let's add our cooled down duxelle. Then using an offset spatula or even just a butter knife, spread it out until it's completely covering that prosciutto ham. You have to make sure it's covered, but it doesn't need to be perfectly smooth or flattened out. Don't worry about that. Now add our mustard crusted beef tenderloin just below the center of our puff pastry here. And then starting from the bottom, we're going to take the time to roll this up slowly. We want to make sure this is completely enclosed. So roll it up gently and slowly until it's completely folded over. Now you want to make sure it is seam side down. Once you're there, we're just going to move it to the center of the cutting board. Then using a chef knife, cut off about an inch or two of any excess dough around the outside. Then fold and tuck those ends in. Again, we want to make sure this is enclosed and completely airtight in here. And then I like to just give it a nice form shape until it's nice and round around the edges. Then we're going to transfer it to a sheet tray lined with parchment paper. Now we're going to break out just one Heinen's large egg. We want to ensure we have a nice brown crust on there, so give it a whisk and then generously brush it all around the tops and the sides. This looks absolutely perfect. Going in the oven, 425 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 to 30 minutes for medium rare, 30 to 35 for medium, and 35 to 40 for medium well. I like a medium beef tenderloin here. Then once it's done, we're going to take it out, let it rest for about 4 to 5 minutes. Then using a serrated knife, slice it. You can see I have that beautiful medium internal temperature. Again, you can go medium rare, medium well. You be the judge. Then I'm just going to serve it up with some wine for one delicious meal.